I call myself a joyful warrior. Right? Never let anyone take your joy from you. You do what you gotta do.
I'm just a little curious. Is joyful a substitute word for alcohol?
She seems to have a joy problem. Sometimes I'm so joyful I black out from it. I'm a joyful warrior unless I'm losing, in which case I call you a Nazi.
Incredibly dangerous that Donald Trump would invoke Adolf Hitler.
Kamala's abiding by her motto.
You do what you gotta do.
Kamala and her team have seen the polls, and it's desperation time.
So we're back to the Hitler stuff again.
Ring time for Hitler and Germany.
Supremacy Groundhog Day. These attacks seem to come around as often as new iPhone releases, with the same sales push and hype. That, along with the sexual predator accusations. These harrowing stories are very upsetting, and yet these people saved it up and timed it just right, perfectly for the election. Can't they just combine these accusations into one big lie? Trump groped me while reading Mein Kampf and talking about his admiration for Rommel.
Rommel, you magnificent bastard, I read your book!
There's no doubt in my mind about who's coordinating Kamala's campaign. Look no further than the Queen of Joy herself. You know, Kamala's election night lost drinking buddy. Kamala was Clinton's pick, not Obama's.
Trump actually reenacting the Madison Square Garden rally in 1939. President Franklin Roosevelt was appalled that neo-Nazis, fascists in America were lining up to essentially pledge their support for the kind of government that they were seeing in Germany.
Trump having a rally at Madison Square Garden is a Nazi reenactment because it's at Madison Square Garden?
Do you have any idea how crazy you are?
Hopefully people can see through this.
But stop with the Hitler shit. Stop with the Hitler shit. Do not refer to Hitler and the Holocaust and actual genocide of the Jewish people ever for attention.
Of course, Bill accepted the nomination there. I'm surprised the Knicks and Rangers play there. Don't they understand the Aryan undertones of all that?
And if you're going to push the Nazi crap, you're getting kind of incitey about it, aren't you? Because you don't let the Nazis go their merry way. You go to war with them.
Punch some people in the face!
That translates to any means necessary.
And it's a license to be unhinged. And he was already in office, and he wasn't Hitler. But the most dictator-fascist-like thing he did was to remove Jim Acosta's White House pass for a weekend. And Acosta had it coming.
That's the thing. They've tried to Hitlerize him for years, but they don't actually believe it.
If they actually believed it, I don't think Joe Biden would be putting on a symbol of hate like he is here. And of course, if you never bother to fully correct yourself and apologize for previous hoaxes, you really have no business touting the next one.
And I'm not talking about the neo-Nazis and the white nationalists, because they should be condemned totally.
For all the talk about how MAGA has destroyed the Republican Party, it should be noted based on polling with blacks and Latinos that the alleged Hitler 2.0 is about to make the Republican Party the most racially diverse and appealing as it's ever been. Somehow that's all taking place without Liz Cheney's blessing. None of this lines up with Nazism. But when you're losing,
You do what you gotta do.
Speaking of doing things, please like and subscribe, and comment, and hit the bell. Thanks. By the way, who the hell qualifies as a Nazi these days? It's a racist, an ableist, a homophobe, a xenophobe, or even just being anti-communist might get you into the club. Gee, that's a pretty low bar for clearing Nazi. And all this is happening just because Kamala happens to be a train wreck wrapped in a highway pileup inside a capsized boat. She lied about working at McDonald's and Trump trolled her brilliantly.
I've now worked for 15 minutes more than Kamala.
So our big October surprise so far was packaged inside a Happy Meal.
I made it myself.
And again, the press stepped on its own credibility, turning Kamala's lie into a new version of the Hunter laptop. As Trump failed to produce evidence, even though Kamala never produced evidence either. You have to marvel at how much work the media is doing to protect Kamala. Look what happened with 60 Minutes.
Kamala goes on 60 Minutes, gave an answer that a child wouldn't give. It was so bad.
They learned that Kamala couldn't handle 6 minutes, never mind 60. They had to shift her sentences to make her seem smarter.
Prime Minister Netanyahu is not listening.
Well, Bill, the work that we have done has resulted in a number of movements in that region by Israel that were very much prompted by or a result of many things, including our advocacy for what needs to happen in the region.
But it seems that Prime Minister Netanyahu is not listening.
We're not going to stop pursuing what is necessary for the United States to be clear about where we stand on the need for this war to end.
They're going to have to start dubbing her like a bad kung fu movie.
You hiding now! You deliberately set up an ambush! You damn bastard!
Trump is Hitler, and we must put him in his place. They call me the joyful warrior. Ha 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 ha.
Is there something you can point to in your life, political life or in your life in the last 4 years, that you think is a mistake that you have learned from?
I mean, I've made many mistakes.
I think Mel Gibson has it right.
You got the IQ of a fence post.
And they range from, you know, if you've ever parented a child, you know you make lots of mistakes too. In my role as vice president, I mean, I've probably worked very hard at making sure that I am well versed on issues, and I think that is very important. It's a mistake not to be well versed on an issue and feel compelled to answer a question.
You can only imagine what her team must be thinking.
But why'd you just say that?
To be fair, when you've screwed up the country as much as the Democrats, it's hard to discuss policies. Now they're doing something. So now they're bragging that inflation has gone down, the border crossings have gone down. It's like saying, hey guys, you know, you just made this volcano erupt. And they respond, true, but over the course of the year, we've cut the lava in half. People say we don't know who Kamala actually is. We don't know her. She's so inauthentic. And yes, I generally agree, but I think we have seen her genuine self. It was right here.
Oh, you guys are at the wrong rally. No, I think you meant to go to the smaller one down the street.
This is authentic Kamala. She's slamming religious people and looking very comfortable doing it because she is comfortable doing it. You can see the true condescension, the smugness, the disdain for them. She sounds exactly like the daughter of far-left professors who went on to become a California senator. You can tell that she's almost so comfortable that she nearly dismissed them as Nazis, which is why her team is scrambling to get her to every religious venue that she can.
In the morning, and church morning is on its way.
For damage control. Sorry, we already saw the truth.
No, I think you meant to go to the smaller one down the street.
And I'm sure the media will pull a 60 Minutes, trying to edit her words as much as they can. I am very religious, and I have great respect for the Bible.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to comment, like, subscribe. Be sure to pass around to anybody who might like my content. And I'll see you the next time.